gotta you gotta cut your feelings off. You gotta cut your brain off. Don't think about it. Don't allow, like, you just gotta get up and do it, y'all. It'd be really rough. I'd be like, Lord, I should have never did that. Hey, your higher self is calling. She wants you back.
I'm a happy little Christmas.
Hey dolls, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you guys are new. My name is Chyna and welcome back to The Life of Chyna, and happy Vlogmas, y'all. Happy Vlogmas. I hope you guys are enjoying Vlogmas so far. In today's video, y'all, as y'all can see the title, we're gonna be getting into some juicy topics on how to level up your life, how to change your life. I've put together some tips and tricks for y'all to help you really change your life. So these are things that I've been implementing in my life for the past 6 months, y'all, and it has literally done wonders for me. I feel so much better than what I felt 6 months ago, as far as like my mental, my physical, all that, y'all. So if you want to level up your life, if you're ready to make the change, if you're ready to really love yourself and elevate your life for real, then keep on watching this video. Okay, y'all, so of course I have my handy dandy iPad here so I can make sure I cover everything that I want to talk to you guys about. Okay, so the first tip that I have for you is to start planning. Start planning everything, literally. Planning has been one of the things that has literally changed the way that I get things done, and just changes how the flow of my day goes. Literally everything, y'all. Like, when I say plan, I mean even planning your outfits for the week. Because what I've realized is that when I put my outfit out for the next day, write my to-do list, figure out what I'm gonna eat for breakfast, pack my bag for when I'm getting ready to leave out the door for the next day, like when I do all of those things and just prepare myself for the next day, the day goes so much better. I used to be the kind of person where I wake up and then I figure out what I'm gonna do for the day, and then I get overwhelmed by all the different things that I need to do, and I ended up not getting a whole lot done. So I really got tired of that, because I was getting so tired of it getting around to like 4 or 5 o'clock and I literally done 1 or 2 things that was on my to-do list. I also heard this phrase. I feel like this is a really good phrase to live by. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. But I definitely feel like that is so true, because if you don't already set yourself up for success, then you're just gonna be sitting here just looking and trying to figure out what to do. And I've had too many of those days, y'all. So what helped me be able to start planning is just make a list. I just write down a list of everything that I needed to do that I could think of off the top of my head, and I would separate it into categories, or even mark it, like as far as the things that I have that are the top priority, like stuff that I absolutely need to do that are more like time, that they take more of a priority as far as like time, like certain deadlines and things like that. So that's how I do it, to help me like figure out what to do first. It's really helpful to write down like 3 or 4 things that you need to do, and just focus on getting these 3 things done every single day. Like, just have your 3 things that you do every day, because it's also like very overwhelming, or it's very like disappointing when you try to put too much on yourself in one day, and then when you don't check everything off, you know, you're kind of feeling some kind of way. And that was something that I used to have an issue with too. A good book that I recommend for you guys is called the Get Your Shit Together book. Such a good book, very helpful. It's like beginner friendly, I say, as far as like how you to help you like figure out how to get your together. So if you're into self-help books, then I definitely recommend reading that one. I think that was probably one of the like first few that I read. I feel like I definitely was able to like take the things that she was saying and implement them into my life. So I definitely recommend that book. It's by Sarah Knight as well. If you guys want me to go more in depth about like how I plan and things like that, y'all let me know down in the comments below, because we could definitely get into that, especially for like the new year and stuff. So the next tip that I have for you is to start creating routines in your life. This is another thing that I really started to implement this year. So I do have my rising routine if you guys want to see that, and I'm also going to be giving you guys all kind of other routines, reset routines and stuff like that. So if you want to see some of the ways that I do those things, of course make sure you subscribe so that you can go ahead and see these videos. Duh. I feel like creating all kinds of routines is literally gonna help you. Like I have a reset routine, really a Sunday reset routine. I have my wind down routine, which is pretty much my evening routine. The first thing that I do to start looking at that stuff is honestly I just went research. I went on YouTube, I looked on Pinterest to see like what other people was doing in their morning routines or their evening routines or whatever, and then like just try different ones. So maybe every night you could try a new one. That's what I did, but I kind of felt like the ones that I seen were like kind of basic, but I feel like you should start off there just so you kind of see like what kind of stuff you want to add on to yours. And then what I also started to do was just add one thing at a time, which is kind of like another tip too, is to habit stack. I think that's what they call it. It's like when you start off by just doing one habit at a time, like instead of trying to implement a whole new routine for you to make yourself do like every day, it's a lot harder to do it that way. I feel like it's a lot easier to just start off with one habit and you do that for one whole week, and then the next week you add another habit and you do both of those habits, you know, until like you continue to get the hang of it. So I started with my rise routine because I feel like that's the most important routine. It literally like shapes the way that your day starts. So it's like it's very important to have a routine like that. I'm gonna give you guys a more in-depth rise routine too, or an updated one. So in my rise routine, what I started by doing was first like oil pulling. I wanted to add something more into my oral hygiene routine, like as far as what I do, and I heard oil pulling was like a really great thing. So now I oil pull every morning, y'all, every day. I think I started maybe in like August. Like I told y'all in my hygiene video, I just can't see myself going back. Like I love to oil pull, and I just feel like my teeth are so much whiter and cleaner. My breath is a lot fresher. Yeah, that's just kind of like my spiel on that. I feel like all these topics I could really kind of go a lot more into depth on certain things, give y'all more examples and stuff like that, but y'all let me know if y'all want that. Y'all let me know. Well, another thing that you can start doing right now to change your life is to do a brain dump. You need to start like letting all of that stuff out of your brain, y'all. I was kind of person, I would just like have a thought and I just tell myself, oh, I'm gonna remember. But now I've started to like, when I have an idea, when I think of something, I write it down. I just write it down, and that has been so helpful to be able to like get things done, like to not just have everything stored in your brain. It makes me feel like less clutter. It makes my brain feel less cluttered. So it's just to kind of help me like sort through my ideas, my thoughts, my to-do list and stuff like that. So what I would just do is just take a piece of paper, write, you know, the topic or whatever. I'll do like May brain dump. I would just write down like everything that I'm feeling. So I did like a YouTube brain dump, I did one for my business, I did one for my regular life, like just personal. And after that, I just go in, I look at all the different things and separate it into like different categories, like, you know, just kind of organize it, like stuff that's things that you want to do, maybe goals, just whatever it is, however you can categorize it, because, you know, I can't really tell y'all because like it just depends on what you're thinking, but y'all get the point of what I'm saying. Now your mind is clear, you can always go back to this piece of paper and be able to say like, oh yeah, that was something that I wanted to do. And now that like you have it on the paper and it's not just in your brain, that's taking it to the next step of it being done. Like there was like a quote or something, it was like a quote, it was something where it was saying like, if it's just an idea, like an idea, it doesn't get brought to life, or it gets brought to life through a paper. I don't know what it is. If I find it, I'm gonna put it in here. This is another thing that you can start doing to go ahead and change your life, is to do a life audit. A life audit is pretty much you writing down like a score, writing down scores for each of the categories in your life. Like just, I don't want to say judging it, but just like reevaluating it and seeing what areas, like what's going on in your life and what you like and what you don't like. So this can kind of help you figure out your problem areas, like what you don't like about your life, and then that'll also be able to help you figure out a solution to help you figure out how can you change this, right? So this definitely is going to help you change your life, because if you write down your issues, once you know the problem, you can solve the problem. And I feel like the hardest part sometimes is figuring out what the problem actually is. So just sitting there and taking a moment to reflect on these different areas in your life and be like, okay, right now, like I feel like financially I'm at a 7, I feel like emotionally I'm at a 2, and you know, you might have a 10 or a 9 in other areas. So what you need to really be focusing on is that emotional area. So what can I do to make myself feel better emotionally? Like, you know, just for example, that's how you kind of go with the life audit, to help you figure out like, okay, what do I need to work on? I would say I would do it probably like I don't know how often you really need to do that, to be honest, but I feel like, I mean, you should probably do it maybe like twice a year or something. That's definitely one of like the key things to do to help you really just figure out like, okay, what do I need to fix? So another tip I have for you guys is to stay off of your phone for the first hour of you waking up. Game changer, game changer, game changer, y'all. Now in my routine, I do not get on my phone first thing in the morning because I don't want to get addicted to those dopamine hits that we get when we first see stuff on like social media. Doing my best, because I don't want to say trying, but we just don't want to get caught up into that, mixed into that, and I don't want to get addicted to scrolling. So I just don't get on my phone for the first hour of the day. And honestly, for me, I don't get on a social media platform until I do my Duolingo, which is my Spanish app. Well, you can learn any language, but I don't allow myself to get on social media until I do that. I feel like that's been very helpful for me because now I'm making sure I get something done, and then I'm also kind of getting a reward in a sense. So it's like, okay, boom, I do my Duolingo, now I can go ahead and get on Instagram or Twitter. That's what I kind of do to myself to help me like not be so addicted, or to not just fill myself with everything that's going on in the world. We get overstimulated a lot, especially like, you know, with our devices. We just should not be on them that much. Me being in the area career field that I'm in, it's like very hard to like balance that. So I'm just trying to do my best to like stay on top of it and make sure I don't make that a problem for me. So yeah, so stay off of your phone for the first hour. Take some time to like just fill your cup up. Like that's what you're really supposed to do in the rising. Like read, journal, meditate. Like you do these different things so that by the time it's time for you to start working or start your day or whatever, you're full. Like you're ready to take on the world. Give yourself time to really wake up and to introduce. I'm sorry, I thought that was my car back there. But yeah, you really give yourself time to wake up and like be ready for the day. I feel like it also helps mentally, and you don't want to start your day off just like looking at what other people is doing and stuff like that. You get yourself together, and then once you kind of like got into your groove and stuff like that, you've set your intentions for the day. Now you can go ahead and get on social media. Another thing that you could start using to go ahead and change your life today, start listening to like meditation music or relaxing music before you go to bed and when you wake up. So when I wake up, I like to put on my affirmations or just put on some kind of like high frequency music, something that's gonna like definitely just help me feel relaxed and feel calm and feel at ease once I start my day and once I'm getting ready to go to bed, because it's like you have the best sleep when you really just relax yourself. When you're waking up and when you're going to sleep, like that's your transitional stages. That's literally you like just setting the tone, you know, for how you're about to go to sleep, but then also how you're gonna wake up. So I started listening to my affirmations. I don't know if y'all listen to affirmations, but if you don't, you really should. You really just want to calm yourself. You really just want to calm yourself. And another thing with that too is like also like regulating your nervous system. Your nervous system is like a key factor when you have anxiety, if you're dealing with depression, your mood, your emotions, all that stuff. Like it definitely helps. And listening to like calming, relaxing music, I feel like it's definitely helping me like woosah, you know, like just woosah. Another thing that I would recommend to you guys is to start meditating. I understand how like certain things could just be really like daunting. Okay, I don't really know if I want to do this, or I just don't really want to do this. So what helped me transition, there's a YouTube channel up. It's called like the 5-minute meditations or something like that, and y'all, that has helped me so much. It's such an easy and quick way to get into meditating. I didn't want to start, y'all. I was making excuses. I kept on procrastinating it and everything, but one day I was just like, okay, let me just try it. It's 5 minutes of meditation. That shouldn't be long at all. I could do 5 minutes. Ever since I've been doing that, y'all, game changing. I feel like I am so much more calmer now. I have less anxiety. I don't be feeling like my nerves don't be bad. Like I don't be getting super irritated and stuff. Like I just feel like I'm just so much calmer. Like I just feel a lot calmer, y'all. I don't be so stressed how I usually be stressed, and when I like start to have anxious thoughts or anything like that, I can calm myself down easily. I tell you guys, you just gotta try it. You just have to try it, y'all. So check out that YouTube page if you guys want to start. I'm gonna put it down in the description box below so that y'all could just click on there, because that has really been helping me. And I feel like something that isn't like talked about a lot, I don't really know, but just as far as like changing your life, it's also knowing how to deal with situations situations, because you can change, like, and I guess it's a part of like your mindset as well, but just like you need to know how to handle these things. Like whenever we do start to feel anxious, what do? Whenever we are in a situation where somebody is like triggering us, or just whatever the case may be, and you need to calm yourself down. But I'm saying that to say, like, in order to change your life, to change your perspective into better things, you have to have a positive attitude, you have to have a positive mindset. So I feel like this goes with having that positive mindset and being able to soothe yourself. That's what it is. The next piece of advice I have for you guys is to just do it. Starting is the hardest part, and honestly it's not even really hard. We just make it hard, but literally just do it. Whatever it is that you want to do, just do it. Write it down, figure out a plan, and just do it. The easiest way to get yourself to do stuff, you just gotta, like, you gotta cut your feelings off, you gotta cut your brain off. Don't think about it, don't allow, like, you just gotta get up and do it, guys. Let's just use going to the gym for an example. I had a problem, y'all. I did not want to go to the gym. I was procrastinating it. I did not feel like going to the gym. I didn't feel like working out and stuff like that. But I was like, girl, we got to do something. Other people have also said too that like just having cute gym clothes to wear makes you want to go to the gym. And baby, they are not lying. I have gotten some cute gym clothes, y'all, and I'm like, oh yeah, I would be cute. And another thing that I did was just like pull up, like just go. Sometimes I feel like I could be very impulsive, but I feel like it's a good thing when I use it right. One day, I think I was like, you know what? I'm just about to go to the park and just go on a walk. And I just put my stuff on and I went to the park and I started walking. And I really enjoyed it, y'all, so much that I started going more often. Like now, y'all, I go to the park all the time to go take me a walk. I love going on a walk. I like cardio exercising. I used to like workouts, but I kind of feel like I just don't be super motivated to do actual workouts versus going to the park and walk. And what I would do is just like sprint a little bit, then walk. Like, so you know, I'm still very much exercising. It's really good for your emotional state as well. Like I know they say that it helps your nervous system, you know, it relaxes you, it calms you down. And I would listen to podcasts, or I watch YouTube videos, and or I'll just like stand and just listen to the sound of nature, the birds chirping, or like sit with my own thoughts and think about stuff. Like I felt like that has been very helpful for me, and I love going on my walks, so y'all should try it out. Another thing you can do too is just go sit there. I heard this one girl, I don't know who it was, but I heard this one girl say that like what she would do is just go, like put her workout clothes on and just tell herself, oh, I'm gonna be there for 5 minutes. Like I'm only gonna be there for a few minutes. I'm only gonna do it for a few minutes. And that's pretty much what I did. So I feel like that was very, very, very helpful to kind of like trick yourself, because it's like once you're there, once you've already started the process, it's a lot easier to just continue to do it, because it's like, okay, well, I'm here, I might as well go ahead and just finish, or I might as well go ahead and do blah blah. And I always find myself to do that, because I would do that too, like with me reading. That helped me get back into reading as well, because once I just said, okay, you know what, I'm gonna just read for 5 minutes, and once I started reading, now I'm like, OMG, like now I want to read some more. I'm gonna go read for 10 more minutes, or oh, now I'm excited to read again. But once you're able to trick yourself to start, and you just kind of push yourself a little bit each time, like just a little bit, it's gonna become so much easier to do these things, and it's gonna make it so much easier for it to become automatic for you. Another tip that I have for you guys, and this is more so for the ladies, I don't know how many guys watch my videos, for the girlies, start tracking your period. So this has been something that I have been doing for the past, pretty much, I'm not gonna say all this year, but I've been doing this for the past like 6 or 7 months, just tracking my period. It has helped me so much to see like what changes are going on, and knowing like how is my flow, my symptoms, and things like that. Because y'all, I've also heard of like this thing called cycle syncing. Now I haven't done that yet, but I have just been like tracking my period, just so that I could like review it and go over it and see like, are there any inconsistencies. And I just feel like this is something that we should be doing as young ladies. Like we should really just be tracking ourselves and studying our bodies and seeing what helps our bodies and seeing what like is hurting our bodies and stuff like that. Helpful, because like now you can say, okay, well, I know I need to like slack off with, I'm gonna say, eating junk food and stuff, because when I eat junk food and then my period comes, it'd be rough, y'all. It'd be really rough. I'd be like, Lord, I should have never did that. So y'all know about that whole Roe versus Wade situation where they overturned Roe versus Wade. So I don't use any period tracking apps no more, because I know some of those apps are legally allowed to like sell your information to the government or whoever Absolutely not. You will not be having information. I don't know, I just don't like that, because why is you in my business like that? So I came out with my own period tracker. It's digital, but you can print it out and it'll be right here for you guys. It's such a cute little sheet, y'all. Like, I honestly love to fill out my little tracker at the end of my period, or you can do it during your period. You can fill it out every day if you like, but yes, I love it. I have it where you can do like your flow. You can write all the symptoms that you have, any notes, any changes that was going on, and you can shade in like your flow for each day. And then you can also put like the general information, which is like the date, how long it was, and stuff like that. So that's gonna be right in the description box for you guys as well if y'all want to go ahead and get that. I definitely recommend it. I just feel like it's just so helpful. It helps me become a lot more in tune with myself, and I feel like in order to change your life and to grow and elevate, you really need to like know yourself and learn yourself. So I definitely recommend that for you ladies. I have some really exciting news. I'm coming out with my own workbook, you guys. It is going to be available on this date right here. In this workbook, you're going to be able to do like different activities and prompts to help you really begin to dig deeper in yourself, start loving yourself, and figure out exactly who you want to be. So if you are serious about changing your life, leveling your life, and upgrading your life, especially for the upcoming year 2024, I definitely recommend you guys get this workbook. It's a digital workbook, but you can also print it out as well. It includes a whole bunch of different pages, y'all. So there's like a section for you to do some journaling. You have some letters to write. As young women, or just as Black women overall, like, we're always told to put other people first, to not really take care of ourselves, and it's very hard to start really doing self-care, especially when you've been taught to like not really fill up your own cup so much. And y'all know how I feel about self-care. I feel like I see it in other women all the time. Like, now that I've been doing my self-care a lot more, I see things that I struggled with in other women as far as like just doing self-care. Y'all, it used to be so hard for me to just do stuff for myself, to take the extra time and just, you know, get cute and get glam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, I just was not taking care of myself before, really. And what helped me really start was this self-care workbook that I purchased like a few years ago. Started just doing 5 minutes of it a day, but I felt like that book, it just didn't have everything that I felt like I wanted to have. It like, it just wasn't extra enough, and I feel like I wanted something that was more curated to me, other Black girls as well. So I feel like this is the perfect workbook for a young Black girl. It's fun, she's cute, very festive. Like, if you love to be extra, if you love to be glamorous, you're definitely gonna love this workbook. So if you're interested in that, and if you want to really start implementing these tips, I highly recommend you guys get my workbook. I'm gonna give you guys a special code as well. The code is gonna be right here for you guys as well, just as a special thank you, and so I can know who's coming from YouTube, my YouTube gang. I love you guys. So another tip that I have for you guys is to start celebrating your small wins. So for me, a small win has been me doing my Duolingo. I told you guys I've been wanting to learn Spanish for the past, since I was in high school. I've literally been infatuated with learning Spanish, because if y'all didn't know, I do have a Spanish background. My grandfather is from Honduras, but I don't know Spanish. Like, we don't really have the culture. So like, that was something I've kind of like felt, I don't know what I really felt, but I was definitely like interested in my other culture, because like I said, like, I never really been around that kind of stuff for real. So learning Spanish is just something that I've been wanting to do for so freaking long. One of my goals is to start learning Spanish, right? And not only just learn Spanish, but practice it every single day. So Duolingo has this thing like where like you have a streak of you doing it every day. And so what I do, I just reward myself by like a certain milestone. So recently I just hit 200 days of doing my Spanish lessons every single day, y'all, and I'm going to give myself like a reward. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna give myself yet, y'all. I'm still working on that, but a reward could be buying myself a little treats, or buying myself like a new set of pens, just whatever it is. I try to do stuff that's kind of related to that area, because I feel like that's gonna keep me motivated, and that's gonna keep me wanting to learn. So the next time, my next milestone is gonna be like 250 days, and I'm gonna give myself another gift once I do that. So now I'm more enticed to learn my Spanish, because I have even more of a goal, which is, well, not a goal, but like, you know, I'm getting rewarded for it, so that makes you want to do stuff even more. I've been working on this for a little minute, and I really hope and pray that like this workbook can help you guys change your life and bring more excitement and ease when it comes to working on yourself and caring about yourself and just pouring back into your own cup, y'all. This past year I have gone through a breakup, y'all. It was so rough for me to come out of what I was going through, you guys. Like, it's crazy, it's insane. But this year I have really been working so hard to change my life, to change myself, y'all. Like, from working out to eating better, to doing all of those different things. Like, everything that I told you guys about today I have implemented in my life, and when I tell you guys, like, just try it. This is for us. This is for the young Black girls who are really focused on reinventing themselves and becoming the best version of themselves and pouring more into your cup. This is for you, girl. And I had to find myself again, y'all. Like, I feel like I just completely lost myself, and I have been on this journey of finding myself, rediscovering and redefining who I am as a person. The idea of this workbook came about was just like making it easier for us to love on ourselves and pour into ourselves and have our self-care moments, because it's so easy to like just neglect ourselves, especially with so much going on in the world, so much going on in our lives, and just trying to reach our goals and stuff like that, or even if you just living in survival mode, like, it's so hard to do so. So I created this ebook to make it a little easier to get that time for yourself in. That's all for today's video, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed these tips. Y'all comment down below if y'all have any other tips or tricks that anybody could try, or if you want to just talk about something down there. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. Whenever I'm not on here, I'm over there. Yes, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all stay tuned for the next video. And yeah, and if you made it this far, comment down the pink heart emoji. Comment on the pink heart emoji so I can know that you made it this far, and if you're ready to change your life, it's time to affirm. So make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe, and send it to your friend if she's trying to change her life too. Not trying, doing. If she's changing her life, or if he's changing his life. If they changing their life, go ahead and send them this video. But yes, and also one last thing, y'all. One last thing. Can't forget this. Stay fabulous, stay cute, be extra, and be you. This was cute.